It really is an honor to honor you, our veterans, our active duty, and our reservists. How do we say thank you?
Again, good evening. Welcome to our annual Veterans Dinner. I'm your committee chair and host, Dartagnan Magana. In a former life, I was Gunnery Sergeant Magana, United States Marine Corps. It's my honor. Tonight is our night to celebrate you, the men and women of this union who have served and are still serving. It's one thing to be thanked for your service and another thing to be appreciated, to be seen. I know it's hard to identify us out of uniform, but I want to take this moment to thank those of you who have served this nation so proudly. I know you just stood up, but please, veterans, stand and be recognized.
We couldn't have an election last night for Kathy Hochul to win an election. We couldn't be able to vote or have the freedom of voting. We couldn't live in a country with the rights you have as in the United States of America unless we have the military that supports that and grants you your freedom, right? So I want to report on that. Because we have a big fight coming up next year in May. I want to make sure you guys are prepared for that because we want to take a militant fight to the street in a way you have never seen before because it's going to be a very, very, very tough fight. And we want to make sure we're prepared and ready for that. And on behalf of...
This is my daughter, Faith. This job, this opportunity, this union has allowed me to help her go through college. She did the heavy lifting. We just had to put some zeros behind the check. But this master's degree graduate that I love. I also believe that we need to establish a Women Veterans Committee.
Yeah.
That's long overdue, and I found out last month when I was talking to one of the VA reps that there are only 2 service centers nationwide for women who experience trauma while serving. 2, and none of them are close. That is combined with the one center that we have for suicide. I'm more than happy to be an ally and an advocate, but that is a temporary fix to something in need of a long-term solution. Women veterans should have agency over the decisions that impact them directly, and I'm fully prepared to follow their lead. This Friday, this committee will be marching in the Veterans Day Parade for the first time, possibly ever. Thank you, thank you. If you have served and you want to march with us, I'm going to give you all the details. We're going to be there Friday. And I'm even going to give you a new shirt to wear while you're there. On a personal note, as if this isn't all personal, I like to run. It is something that gives me joy and it centers me, even when my ringtone is going off. It's something that allows me to work through a moment, and it's proof therapeutic without dealing with those other feelings that arise. The ones that we've all dealt with. Doubt, loss, guilt. Running allows me to shift focus and gain perspective, but it also allows me to express the things that I need to get off of my chest and out of my head. I'd love to live in a world where need was met by good governance and not donation, but that is not the case. So last year, for every mile I ran, I donated $1 to the Semper Fi Fund. It's just one of a number of organizations that benefit veterans and their families. Their information, as well as dozens of others, can be found at charitynavigator.org. I had a hard time adjusting to civilian life. If there's an opportunity to pay that back, I will do whatever I can. Whether that's donating time or money, or advising my son on what he may experience when he goes to boot camp next month. Because you know that shit's different. Pardon me. Maybe running isn't your thing, but I just had to go a few miles before I realized that I wasn't alone. In closing, I'm going to leave you with something from the West Wing. The TV series, not the White House. I figured that would go over better. There's a guy that's walking down the street. He falls into a hole. The walls are so steep that he can't get out. A doctor passes by and he shouts out, "Hey you, can you help me out?" Doctor looks down, writes a prescription, and throws it down the hole. Then a priest comes along, and the guy shouts up, "Father, I'm down in this hole, can you help me out?" The priest writes out a prayer, throws it down in the hole, and moves on. This is just a joke. Then a friend walks by. "Hey Joe, it's me, can you help me out?" And the friend jumps down in the hole. He goes, "What the hell are you doing? Now we're both down here." He's like, "Yeah, but I've been here before, and I know the way out." Thank you.